Hello. I am too scared to go to the gas station at 4 in the morning alone, so I'm just gonna have you come with me. Because honestly, if we lived in a village, at least one of you would be like still awake and we could go to the gas station and I'd offer to buy you a snack for coming with me. I always get super nervous going anywhere in general, but since I'm like socially anxious, work is very stressful. Just to prepare my mindset to be around people and deal with their BS. And by BS, I mean small talk. Like, I know it's not original to be like, oh my god, another person who hates small talk, but I don't hate it. I actually wish I could do it. The problem is I'm nervous. I get nervous, I criticize myself, and I freeze a lot of the time when I have to come up with some sort of answer, you know? Because I'm anxious, socially anxious, I like to avoid people, and my car is on E basically, so I need to go to the gas station because I'm starting work, and it's like I'm green about it, you know, because I do not want to be left somewhere, because I work at night, so I'd be left somewhere at night, and we all know bad stuff usually happens at night, even though it can happen at any hour, but there's less people to witness it, you know what I mean? And usually I convince myself nothing's gonna happen because I'm over paranoid, so I have to bring myself to a normal level of fear or paranoia. But if I just put my mind at ease, like getting gasoline before I go to work later tonight, it would be less things to worry about, if you know what I mean. Like, if I could do it, I think it's some form of like, there's a word for it where you do things ahead of things just because you just want to, you know, it's the opposite of procrastination, because I'll do things ahead of schedule just because my anxiety will not let me rest until I do. So that's why I'm gonna do it now. Usually there's a gas station at work that I got used to using because there's like nobody really there, that much people, especially like not social. So the thing is, like, I'm afraid of going out at night because of all the dangers that I've encountered. Like, there's been people trying to get into my car while I'm driving it, you know, that was cute. So now I'm paranoid, and like my dumbass used to stop to help people, which is a bad idea. The good thing, nothing ever happened to me. But I don't know, I have like a soft spot for if I see a woman like somewhere. I don't stop for anybody anymore, especially if you guys ever want to get super paranoid for fun, because you're a person that's not afraid of anything, cannot relate, but you guys should watch Let's Read and then go to the stories where he talks about almost getting kidnapped. A bunch of people submit their stories and he like reads it and it just makes you freak out. Like, I played that shit when I was going on a road trip with my siblings because I am the most paranoid person. And you know, in a scary story in a horror movie, when there's always that person that's like, no guys, we can't do that, that's me. And I hate it because it's like, we're not in a horror story, okay? Because I don't know, I just hate being the party pooper. And besides, according to the story or like the movies, those people are the ones that usually survive, and I don't want to survive. I already have, just thinking about it, I have like survival guilt because I'm not even that full of life, you know what I mean? Like, that's such a weird thing to say, but it's like, I'm not that full of life. Going to the gas station at like 4 a.m. and I think Dunkin' might be open pretty much soon, if not already, and I could get like a little reward because I'm trying to get myself more into positive reinforcement than negative, and we could talk more about that in like ed videos because I feel like we were more into negative reinforcement, if I'm even using it right, you know? Like, I'm always confusing things, so I don't know if I'm even saying it right. So if I don't go at this time when there's barely anybody around, I will see a lot of people. And one time I'm not used to the specific pumps here because we moved here, and when I went at a time when there was people out there, some guy in the speaker said whatever number pump I was at, do not do that or whatever in front of everybody, and it was super embarrassing. And that's what I hate, humiliation. Like, and I've been trying to escape this whole humiliation thing by purposely embarrassing myself, especially at work. Like, I'll say something stupid to get people to be either secondhand embarrassment or break the ice with myself. So it's like, see, you already embarrassed yourself. You already told everybody you have diarrhea. And it's actually working because I've embarrassed myself so bad. If I trip, I'm like, ah, shit, guess where I need to go after that? Because it like kind of pushed my shit out, you know? Like, stuff that are just so embarrassing for like an average person to say it, I'll say it just because if you have anything embarrassing I could say at work, that would make me very unattractive, please put it in the comments, because I'm gonna steal it. I need to use it, guys. I need to, because it's so much fun. And when you kind of take off that feeling of like you have to be a good girl and you have to always be ladylike, because I was kind of raised like that a little bit, not a lot. I was more on the obedient because I was like an ugly child, but it kind of makes you want to not give a shit, you know, because it's like a lot of women are kind of encouraged to, can I come in here? I don't even know. It would say, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think I could come in here. Wow, we've been taking like the back roads where nobody goes. It says do not enter. One way. Oh shit, I did enter the wrong way. Oh my god, I hope they don't get mad at me. I'm gonna tell them it was an accident and I can't read. Good thing this car didn't come this way and there's no cops around, because dude, I do not feel safe around cops like all my life. I think we got into a big accident, like a big fight. Me and these mothers, this random like mothers at a park, we got into this big fight and they called the cops on us. They were so freaking racist, dude, for no reason, but they got really mad at us. So after that, the cops wouldn't even listen to our side of it. They kind of just shut us up and told us to leave and kicked us out of a public park. And we were the kids. We were the kids, and they were they had kids, but like they had like 2. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so honestly, it's a good idea to come at this hour, because if I'm gonna drag you with me, at least you guys can see me, because when I come at very, very dark, you guys can't really see me unless I'm like right here. But since it like the day is just coming out, I guess it's good that I brought you guys. But it's like there's so many people out already, and the lady giving me my coffee, I don't know if she was the same one taking my order. She did not close my lid properly on the coffee, and dude, it freaking burnt me, because when I grabbed it, like splashed a little. Oh my gosh, my thumb got burnt. And honestly, maybe it's a good thing, because my dumbass always takes a sip right away, because usually it's not that hot. And that's what I like about Dunkin'. Usually the coffee is not that hot, so I can drink it right away, but it's early morning, so of course everything's like fresh, you know what I mean? I'm not a person that like always wants fresh like anything. Like I'm kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of, maybe it's all of us, because you know, especially if you suffer from an ed, you're not a caring about foods. Like you don't want the best of the best, because you've had the worst where you didn't even have anything. And my ed has been really extreme, testing me lately, which we can get into like another different video, because it's not the topic. So I have to kind of contradict him by getting breakfast or something, because it's like, you know, when you get to that point where like Ed's kind of like giving you all these bullshit and you're like, I just want him to stop, and you try to get him to shut up by doing something right, but in reality it's only convincing him that he has power over you, and it's starting the cycle again. Thanks for coming with me to like here, because I'm not that scared anymore. I actually, like, you know, the thing is, like, I was never this much of a coward, but I think I'm overly cautious, because I still went out and like walked around at night, especially back when I lived in St. Paul, which is more like, there's more people, so obviously there's more crime and stuff, and there was more shit happening then, and I still went outside at night. And I think it was because you get used to your environment and it becomes a normal to you. And now that I'm not used to something like extreme, like nobody coming up to me at night, if it happens, it's like the end of the world. So yeah, but the lady was so nice, the one taking my order, the voice, I don't know if you guys could hear her, but she was so nice. The way she said it's like, oh yes, have some breakfast or something like that. I'm like, do you know I have an ed? Like, do you know this encouragement like I need it? Sometimes I feel like it comes out of nowhere, where you get this random burst of encouragement to like get better, you know what I mean? Because it's like it's on and off. Like this thing is always in my head. My mom used to make these comments where she'd be like, oh, I hope you don't have anything wrong with you with like not eating, because you're really like thin. And that would only encourage my shit, because it's like, oh, so you do know I'm sick and I need somebody to help me, please. But she would also say like comments about my body, and it's like, you don't make, like, if you think somebody's going through something, and you are concerned about them, why don't you research what not to say? Like, why don't people actually care? If you're gonna care all the way. Don't just like make your little comment and that's it, you know what I mean? The thing is, it's like, even the people I have told, they don't care to make these comments. That's why I'm surprised. It's like, I guess it doesn't make much of a difference if you tell the wrong person, and you never know it was the wrong person until you realize it afterwards and it's too late to take it back, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like when somebody that I told about this talks about calories. I just don't like it, because to me it's like, yes, I should not force you to care about my triggers, but to me, I would care about your triggers. So it's like, if you had a problem, so it like messes with my mind where it's like, do you actually care? Because I just feel like you don't care. Or when somebody makes fun of it when they know it's a problem, you know what I mean? Especially if this person just found out, because like, if I just found out somebody suffers from something, I would be like, oh shit, this is new, you know what I mean? Like, if somebody had a specific mental disorder, like anything, it could be anything, I would be like, oh shit, like, I need a, but maybe that's just me, and I'm enforcing people to be just like me, which is sad. But the thing is, my expectation for myself is higher, even in their situation, you know what I mean? When you come off as like a really like involved person, people start to like expect you to always be super involved, but like they never meet those standards. So it's like, why are you expecting people, you know what I mean? I expect these people to care a little bit about what they say about like food and stuff. It's not that hard. Maybe just don't make any comments about food in front of me. And yet, like, that's asking for too much, you know what I mean? I didn't mean to turn this into a rant. It just reminded me, like, this lady that I don't know, this complete stranger, is saying the right thing without knowing me at all, that I wish one person near me said. My mom did say something the other day, and like, I'm at the heaviest I've ever been, to like, by the way, and it's not as bad as I thought, by the way. Once you gain weight, it's not as bad as you think. It sucks a little bit, like, and that's the Ed inside of you, because I am more curvy than I have ever been, and that's something I was very insecure about back in the day. Like, I was really insecure about, like, when I was at my peak Ed, the worst, I was so like, my butt, dude, was so flat. It was to the point where, like, I've never been one of those people that understood the whole butt thing. Like, I don't want men to look at me, you know what I mean? I just want to be happy with how I look, so I didn't want to have like a big butt. But the thing is, I also didn't want a flat butt, because that's a little weird, you know what I mean? For me, like, it just felt uncomfortable. So I wanted something normal that wouldn't grab attention, but something that wouldn't like what's wrong? Why doesn't she have like no ass? You know what I mean? Like, it's weird, because it was like, it almost felt like it was concaving. That's how bad it was. So now it's like, I have like a normal butt, at least that's what I think, and I fill up my jeans and it feels good. But then like, my Ed will be like, that's a sign that you're big now, you know what I mean? Like, that's a sign that you're not doing what you're supposed to, and it's just so bullshit. But then my mom did say, like, you're so thin, and it fed into Ed, because it stopped him from, like, it shut him up. Because if Ed thinks I'm too big and my mom thinks I'm too thin, then maybe I'm just fine, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm okay. And that's something I started repeating to myself. Maybe I'm just okay, you know? Like, I'm not the happiest person, I'm not the saddest either, so maybe I'm just in the middle. And as a Libra, that makes me very happy. But yeah, thanks for coming with me, and I'm sorry if I said like triggering shit, but yeah, I do want to talk more about this shit, and it sucks that I always bring it up, but it's something that's in our minds a lot. So, but yeah, if you want to pick a conversation topic other than Ed, or even Ed related, please do not hesitate to say in the comments, because this is a FaceTime call. This is what these are about. I will eventually, like, or pretty quickly, make a video about it. By the way, whoever suggested a cleaning video, that was freaking fun. Like, it was very out of the ordinary, and it was very interesting. And not only that, I got shit done. Like, it was fun. So if you guys want anything out of the norm, please let me know, because we never know what we could have fun doing other than talking about Ed all the time. But Ed is something I'm like, the conversation about Ed is not something I'm gonna just drift away from. It will always be coming back, just because I want you guys to come with me and I want to stay in the right direction, if that makes sense. And that kind of helps me, just talking to people that understand how it feels to have it, because outside, everybody that doesn't suffer it, they think it's a choice. They think it's like, oh, why don't you just eat? You know what I mean? It's not that easy. So that's why I like being here. And they also think we're like pulling the tantrum. Like, that's how I've had another person that I've told about this kind of mention it, like it's a tantrum or something. But it's like, no dude, like I don't tell anybody. I usually don't tell anybody about my situation, because this is exactly why. So having somebody to talk to about it feels good. So yeah, let me know, and thanks for coming with me. I'm sorry I'm talking too much. I need to calm down. But yeah, I'll show you guys my avocado toast. Look at this shit. This is huge. It's beautiful and it smells so good. They put lime on it. I recommend you trying it. And my stomach is growling. It's like I heard something delicious. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.